Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, like shit, wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose like a bloodhound. I'ma throw them off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you been a...
Today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's a special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, it's a preseason matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
The Baltimore's offense making its way out for the first time, and leading them, their quarterback, a guy who is just so electric under center in his 5th season now, Lamar Jackson.
Another excellent season from Lamar Jackson that was cut short by ankle injury and actually showed just how much he is valued as the leader of the Baltimore Ravens as they went 0-4 down the stretch and missed the playoffs without him. Prior to that, they were 8-5 in a tough AFC North, and he was on his way to his 3rd 1,000-yard season as a runner and career-high marks as a passer. That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His 3rd NFL team, Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders are hoping to provide stability for each other starting in 2022. It's the third team in 3 years for Wentz and the fourth starter in 4 years for Washington. The big thing with Wentz has always been staying on the field. And last season in Indianapolis, he played a full 17 games, leading the Colts to a 9-8 record and almost into the playoffs.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A gain of 14, first down, Commanders.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Wentz. That one caught by Gibson. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
On second and very short, Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They'll run with Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there. It leads to fourth down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So on fourth down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. 3.5 to go, first quarter. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. They'll run with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here this second quarter. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. A reminder, opening weekend definitely in sight now. Thursday, September 8th, that's when it all gets going. The defending champs, LA Rams, hosting the team that many think could win the AFC, the Buffalo Bills. Charles and I will be there, and then we got some great matchups on that Sunday as well. Kansas City and Arizona, Raiders and the Chargers, and on Sunday night, Tom Brady, yeah, he's back, and his Bucs are heading to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. From the 36, Wentz. We'll find Gibson here complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. They run the toss now with Gibson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. To throw, it's Wentz. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Carson Wentz taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So that one a long 11-play drive. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
From the 41, Jackson escaping the pressure right. Yet again, targeting and fighting Mark Andrews. Jackson fighting his tight end Andrews for the Ravens' first down. Here's Jackson to throw. Dancing to his left. The quick feet by Jackson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Throwing is Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Jackson. Got a man, it's caught. For a Ravens touchdown. Demarcus Robinson from 4 yards out. And the Ravens will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. One final possession for the Commanders in this opening half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the 36, Wentz. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Wentz now to throw. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Wentz going to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference. A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the... third quarter. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. Fielded right around the 8. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half. Close. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
They'll try the left side with Gibson. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here's Cressway now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken at the 18. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Ravens will take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Eluding the pressure right. And he fires one incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's Huntley. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. He's going to keep this again. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they forced
Turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. Oh, look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens are in for 6. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Now Wentz. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Pulled in at the 24. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Inside handoff here to Ricard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. To throw, Huntley. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Huntley to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Off play action. Huntley. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn that for a first down. Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On the move to his left. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
With no running backs in the back. pass protect all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third is worth... Through 3 quarters of play, and that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. A run here for J.D. McKissick. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From just shy of midfield, Heineke, open man here, Sims complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
First down, Heineke. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by David Ojabo. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes you're fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Inside give to Davis. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. And quickly they get to the line. And they'll go play action with McCarron. Out to his left. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Steps away. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing. in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. A.J. McCarron looking to throw. To Boyle here over the middle. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Ravens have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time. And
we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Pass incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, Heineke. Flushed out right. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Up the middle to Davis. And some room to work. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. Got to figure now after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Now McCarron. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now here's McCarron on 3rd. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. Tucker's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
13 yards there at a Washington first. Heineke now. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And they'll throw again. Heineke. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest. Heineke from the gun on third down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now here's Davis to run again on second. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mike Davis, 39 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Heineke. A throw left side caught here by the tight end Bates. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They'll run with McKissick, and he is going to lose yardage here. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Oh, the return is Prochet. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles, so the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
This was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.